All right, here we are with What the Dudes Say podcast. How is everybody doing?
Doing
All
all
Golden,
right.
baby.
Doing pretty good.
Okay. This is going to be an episode about college. It is four of us, all of us. We have been three of us 2 year, one of us 4 year, right, Whitney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my question to start all this off is, do you think that if you would play the other role, Mr. 4 year, if you would did 2 year, Mr. 2 years, if y'all did a 4 year, would your career path have changed?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be where I am now, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be here because I started off at a 2 year college, and then I didn't like it. Um, I didn't like it at all, and so I kind of sat out for a hot minute, and then I went back. Went to a 4 year institution. So yeah,
How
it
long
definitely
did
wasn't
you Willie to do? How long did you stay out of college before you went back?
just a semester.
Oh, okay. So it
Yeah,
was
just a
like quick,
semester.
fast, and in a hurry. Then
Mm-hmm.
I feel you.
Yeah. Adjusting to the from the high school life to college life was totally different. I didn't like the aspect. I think my college algebra teacher kind of pissed me off or whatever in a sense because it's like you got to get it on your own in college. It ain't no helping hand, no shit like that. And we was taking classes on that class on computers or whatever. I asked a question, the guy said he couldn't help me. So I said, you know what?
All
Fuck
right.
this shit. I dropped that. And I was like, yeah, this shit ain't for me. And plus, it wasn't a campus I could like stay at. It was like a campus that was just right down the street from my house. So I didn't like that aspect of it. I wanted to get it like the full college experience in a sense.
So what did
Definitely
what did
understand that.
what did you what did you major in, Willie, to do?
I did physical education or whatever. What I do now, and that shit is far from But while I was at college, though, and after I left, I was coaching. So I started my freshman year coaching at a middle school. That was right. I actually started just trying to get my community hours because you needed like, I think we needed like 120 community hours before we
Yeah.
graduated. And so they encouraged you to start early or whatever. And so it started off as community service, and then it just went into the guy was like, "Man, you want to coach?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I can get you paid." Hell yeah, hell, I'm a broke college student. Yeah. So that's how I ended up getting into the coaching thing, man. Started off in college, and they wasn't making
Okay.
shit. They wasn't making shit. So that was to my whole. That would change me around. Like I got to deal with too much and not getting paid much. Yeah, y'all can have this shit.
Right,
A
right.
new career, me man. Mm,
For me, if my career, like if everything would have changed, I went to a 4 year instead of a 2 year, I probably would have had more kids. Let's get that out of the way.
That's a fact. That's a damn fact.
but I wouldn't have graduated with associates in computer and electronic engineering technology. I would have went into video game design like I wanted to. The only reason why I got my computer engineering technology was because they said it was the only thing that was available that was close to video game design.
Yeah, we got lied
A-
to, niggas. We got lied to.
abso- Absolutely not close to it, but I definitely did want to experience a 4 year. I definitely did. I want to experience the full college stay. But like I said, it would have been bad on a whole on a whole another level for me. It would have been terrible, but um, definitely was a good experience on the experience I got with 2 year for real.
Pegasus, you would have been show enough in them streets had you went to a 4-year college.
Pole ting ting.
Then staying on campus ain't no better. So yeah, you would have been in a lot of trouble there, homeboy.
Yeah. So I guess for me, man, like I actually started off at a 2-year college the first time for I've always wanted to do stuff with painting cars, and like cars was like my whole dream. Like I wanted to own my own customization shop, I grew up in the Fast and the Furious era, if you will. So like that was always fascinating to me, and like being able to paint cars and do rims and soup motors up and all that. So the first time I went to college was right out of high school, and I was there for like I don't know 2 months, and then I in the last episode I told you guys about that the accident, the wreck that I had. That took me completely out of being able to finish that curriculum because there was some issues with the academia, and I was nearly dead, and I didn't meet the deadline to fill out some paperwork, so they bottom lined my GPA to a 0. So like I lost all my grants, my scholarships and everything, and whatever, right? So um so after that, like I went back to work like in the real world as we know it today for God 5 years, I guess. No, maybe not five, maybe four before I ended up going to college with Pegasus to get my computer and electronic engineering degree. So I started at a 2-year, which would have been a 2-year, but that kind of got squashed, and then I finished off in a 2-year at a campus that's no longer there in Bessemer, Alabama. So I would say that college was fucking rough. At least I felt that way. I mean, we worked all day long and then had to go to basically night school. It was tough, man. There was not a whole lot of like social life other than grabbing a 6 pack of beer and drinking it in the school parking lot with other students that were there at the same time. Those 2 years were rough, but I mean, I guess like had I went to a 4-year school, like a university, and done that experience, then man, there's no telling. There's no telling. To be honest with you, like I'm such a like let's go to work type of person. I'm not a classroom kid that I would have probably flunked out, honestly, because I almost flunked out of a 2-year. Pegasus can tell you, like I almost gave up way more than once because I'm just not a classroom guy. You know what I mean? You want me to do something, show me how to do it physically, and I'll be the best that there is at doing that type of job. But learning it from a textbook and dealing with some of the shit that we had to deal with, hell no. We almost did make it. That's all I can say.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah. I almost flunked out my first semester in at the 4 year because I was bullshitting a lot. Took me like 2 years of summer school to get my ass back on track. Doing a lot of drinking and bullshitting. Yeah,
It's
not
college
going.
life, man.
Yeah, too much of college life, to be honest. What you
Shitty,
got,
man.
Street?
For me, I wound up going at a later date than Pegasus and All Star, but I wound up going to the same place for a 2-year degree for electronic engineering and computers. That was supposed to be a stepping stone to get into robotics for me, because I mean, robots are the future. And I mean, it was rough because I had to work along with going to night school, like All Star and Pegasus was, and that was just pure hell. A lot of sleepless nights.
It
A
was rough.
lot of sleepless nights. But wound up graduating in 2015. I was 25, and yeah, graduated top of my class. There was like probably 6 people up there walking the stage. I mean, it was different. But I mean, I didn't really have a choice in going to college though, because I had dropped out of high school. I knew everything, got tired of doing the same shit every single day, so I dropped out. Got a job, started busting my ass, and then I was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. So that's when I went to college.
I never knew that.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
never
I'm a
knew
high
that.
school dropout. Woohoo!
What would you have done had you been in a 4-year streak?
Definitely wouldn't be doing what we're doing now. Because I probably would have gotten into the robotics side of it. Because 4-year schools don't typically do to you what that 2-year school did to us as far as promising shit.
They had a lot of promises.
They did. They did. And that's why they got sued.
They had a lot of promises, a lot of empty promises.
Yep. But,
Hey, did you, speaking of, just real quick, I just had like a quick topic pop in my head. Did you have to buy that $700 fishing box like we did, me and
yes.
Pig?
Yeah. Yep. And it wound up burning down in a house fire.
I think Pegasus, didn't we have to buy that shit like 3 times? Didn't we have like 3 of them a piece?
I had to.
I think I had 3. Maybe I lost one of mine. I don't remember.
So here's the thing. My dad had went to a 2-year school. Not that same one. It was another one here in Alabama. And he had that exact same case with the exact
Really?
same breadboard in it.
Really?
And I tried my best to be like, hey, I've already got this. Why can't I just use this and save the money? Oh no, you have to buy a new one.
Oh yeah.
You.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. They were we could talk about we could talk about that specific school a little bit later on because there's 3 of us that have, similar opinions about what the shit was going on in that joint.
I don't want to.
So I got a question. And this goes along with college, like 4-year, 2-year, doesn't matter. Like, even 7 or 10 years to become a doctorate in something. How much did you guys have to take loans out for to get the degree that you got?
Shit. uh, it's over 100,000. I can tell you that. Shit. It's
Every
over
single one of
100,000.
mine was private loans. Like I didn't get no grant money, nothing at all. Like, oh my gosh. A very terrible situation.
I think, for
Mine,
me, by the time it was all said and done and we walked across the stage and graduated, I was staring down the barrel of about $86,000 is how much that it cost me to get that degree from a 2-year school.
see, I did
Shit was
all the
ridiculous.
private loans because I didn't qualify for any of the grants. I really wanted that Pell Grant, but got denied for it. And all of that wound up going through private loans.
See, I had
And
the Pell Grant, and it was only, I think they only gave me like 5 grand, I think. It really wasn't too much. I mean, still had to do like a Parent Plus loan, which I got denied for that. And
yeah,
it just ended up like if you get denied for it, you get it anyway. but
Yeah.
still, it comes from the school. So why not give me that first if you know you're gonna get it to me and call it a day? School was just a freaking highway robbery, man.
Yeah.
I mean, me, Pegasus, and All Star kind of got lucky though because of the lawsuit.
Well, I will say you and Pegasus got lucky. I wasn't a part of the whole thing that you guys was. The reason I got my shit forgiven or wiped away is because they fucked up my transcripts. And when I tried to take my transcripts to go back to school for business administration, my transcripts were incomplete. And it took a year and a half to fight with the U.S. Department of Education for a borrower's defense case that they ultimately approved because they couldn't find my complete transcripts.
See,
So
they couldn't find anything of mine after the house burnt down. My diploma burned up, everything, and I tried to get copies of that and can't get them.
yeah, they don't exist. They don't exist. I mean, still got my diploma, but it's fucking worthless. I mean,
Let me
really,
get a copy of that so I can put my name on it.
Photoshop.
I mean, it won't be my original, but I mean, it'll be close enough.
So what
Yeah.
crazy things in college that y'all had to endure? Sound like y'all had to endure a lot of stuff for is just the administration part of it. But did y'all do like some crazy, wacky things while y'all was in college? I know you said something about drinking a 6 pack of beer in the parking lot, All
Oh
Star.
yeah.
But
Yeah, we
what?
we probably shouldn't be saying this, but me and Pegasus probably took every damn exam, every midterm and final exam drunk.
I'm not surprised at
And, we still graduated. What we graduate with? What was our GPA? I don't
My
forgot
shit
now.
dropped because my shit dropped due to the damn two quiz stuck in class, but that shit
I
fucked me
think
up.
I think we still graduated with a 3.8 though.
I don't
It's
remember what
pretty
mine was.
I
We had
think it's 3.8.
4.0 the whole way, all the way through.
Oh yeah, we
Mine,
did
mine's was
until
lower than yours. I think they had gave you a higher grade, when they got the guy out of there.
well, I don't
But
know how the hell that was possible because we cheated every damn day.
that.
Did anybody ever make the dean's
two
list?
peas in the pot.
Yeah, there was the girl that made the dean's list legitimately got all of her answers from me and Pig.
Facts, facts.
She just happened to not, I don't know how I don't know, she wasn't in that math class where that old boy was giving us 2-question quizzes that flunked the whole class. She was in another math class with a better teacher during the day or something, and that's the only reason she had a 4.0.
Yeah,
Because in electronics school, in all the classes we took with that, she was literally copying our answers every night.
Yeah. And then I do know the three of us wound up having the same teacher for one of the classes. It was that business development class.
Oh fuck, what was her name?
Started with an F. I'm not going to name her name on here.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll text it to you later.
I know who you're talking about. It did start with F. Well, hey, it don't matter what her name was because the name should have been repetition, repetition, repetition.
Repetition.
but hey, we do that on a daily basis.
Hey,
With work.
yeah, that's facts. Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
I've seen her about 6 years ago, man.
Where?
Oh, it was at the dealership. She was
Really?
at the dealership. I was like, I know you. You were one of my teachers at that no name school.
Like all in all, she was honestly probably the best teacher that we actually had, though. Yeah, she
Yeah,
really gave a
she
shit
actually
about
taught me
what we
well.
were learning, and She was a pain in the ass, yes.
Yeah.
But she gave a shit, and that's what matters. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm gonna go ahead and slide this portion into the wildest thing. My the first semester, you know how they had you take that math class for binary and decimal and all that?
Yeah.
Well, the one teacher that was doing that, she was about my age. Like she was 23, 24 years old. She was going to college at the same time at a different place to get her educator's diploma, whatever the hell that thing's called. And yeah, and I'm like, I'd keep looking up during that class, and she'd keep looking at me, and I was a lot better looking then than I am now. And uh, that first semester, I wound up starting in the winter, so it was cold. And my old red pickup truck, in order to turn your heater on, you had to go pop the hood and manually do it up under the hood. Well, I left school one night and started getting cold, so I pull off on the side of 459 to go turn my heater on, and she pulls up behind me. Hey, I just thought you were broke down. Just wanted to check on you. You okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Just turning my heater on. It's an old truck. Da 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 da. And then me and her start talking a little bit more off to the side of my truck on the passenger side. And I'm like, I've been noticing you looking at me in the middle of class and everything. Like, what's up with that? Oh, I just thought you were cute. Da 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 da. And I'm like, you want to go get some dinner? I'm heading to a restaurant right now. And boy, it was on. Only teacher I ever slept with wound up being at college.
Did you flunk?
No, I was actually on the dean's list.
Oh,
Because we went
She was
2
not the
years too
dean.
early because there wasn't nothing to fucking look at when we went.
She was the only
True story. True story.
We
she
had
was a big
fucking
girl too.
Einstein and Mr. Clean as fucking multiple of our teachers.
Hey, Mr. Queen might be watching us, so
Hey,
yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. He gave us fucking 3 times the amount of work because my phone went off in class. So he's Mr. Clean from now on.
Right, right. Oh, sparkly.
Yeah.
But I never really did too much nothing wild, man. I was just scared of, losing a finger to Magic the Gathering. Thought they was gonna throw one of their cards at me.
Hey,
But other than that, I stayed out of the way, man.
I think the
Besides the drinking.
craziest thing that happened to us was when that damn fight broke out on break. Out there on the concrete pad with that little white guy he was all about he was a insane clown posse dude, had the shit
Oh
hanging around his
God.
Yeah,
neck and stuff,
yeah.
and he just smoked that one guy right in the face, and then this big old brawl broke out. Yeah, that's the craziest thing that ever happened. Other
Hey,
than other than yours truly and yours truly Pegasus being pretty damn drunk taking some tests.
I
Facts.
thought you were fixing to say taking some bets.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, they knew we were drunk because we was loud as shit when we walked in the classroom. Every damn time. We was loud as hell. And we would finish, turn our test in, and old Mr. Einstein over there, he'd be like, well, you guys are good to go. You got 100. I'm like, cool, peace out, motherfucker. We going home. That's it.
Well, we was going to work, but yeah, we was going
Yeah.
home.
That's the thing about that 2 year school is they did not care what happened as long as them checks cleared.
Oh yeah. That's listen, no shit. Mr. Clean told us behind the stage before we walked on the stage, he said, I'm glad that you guys graduated and I could have helped you because this is the last damn semester I'm teaching at this motherfucker because my damn checks bounced for like the last 3 weeks. I ain't got fucking paid.
That's so messed up because that school was making some bank.
Oh, they were making killer money, man.
I mean,
Willie,
the,
Willie
the
the Dude,
first,
man. Tell us something about this 4 year, like some of the frat parties. I know that you I've heard you say in the past that you're pretty knowledgeable on the AKA sorority.
I was cool in college, so every year was interesting for is just me. And while I was watching the the Valentine's Day episode, it kind of took me back to a spot where um I went to see this chick on Valentine's Day. She had cooked. We didn't do anything, but she was fooling with another guy or whatever, and he came over while I was there. Right, it was in the campus apartment. So I'm sitting there eating chicken and dumpling. You know what I'm saying? And he pops up. He walks in. I say hey to him. He goes in her room. He comes back in the living room. When he goes in the kitchen, make him a plate. He come and sit like directly in front of me on the other side of the table. And he's like looking at me like I'm looking down at the bowl because it's an awkward moment. He's sitting there eating, and you know how you can just feel somebody just looking at you. Like he had his shit lasered in on me. I looked up, and what the fuck again? I looked up, and he's like piercing through my fucking soul. You hear me? And so, okay, my thing is, if you're gonna be mad at me, I'm gonna make you mad at me about a fucking reason. I'm gonna give you really a reason to be pissed off at me. So I told her, I was like, hey babe, I'm finna go and go just to piss him off. She was like, oh, take some with you. I'm like, cool, you gonna fix it? So we go in the kitchen, and his back is turned to us. So she fixed me a plate, and she fixed my roommate a plate or whatever. And so me being stupid, I slapped on the ass. It was like, all right, babe, I'll see you later. And I left. And so the next day she called me and she was like, you know, he was pissed, right? I know he was. The way that motherfucker was looking at me, it was like he was chewing fucking rocks, looking at me. But after that, all that stuff right there. But college, man, college, 4 year college was fun, man. The people I was there with, the stupidest shit we used to do. We used to steal the damn golf carts, the security golf carts, and drive to the campus apartments. Um, like since it's Mardi Gras time, they used to have a Mardi Gras party in the campus apartments, the biggest shit ever. But we was in the middle of the hood too, so you had to watch out. You know, a lot of folks kind of looked to me that didn't live in the area, didn't live in Jackson rather, to tell them like where not to go, where to go. Um, we had parties in the dorm room. One of the dorms I used to live in, and I used to work at the front desk. It used to be called Dick 'em Down Dixon. So dudes used to sneak the girls in like all the time. Like that was the spot to our fucking dorm director. He didn't give a fuck. Like he sold he sold drugs for a living. So you know it was crazy, man. People used to go up. Girls used to try to run in. I'm like, what the fuck you running for? I'm gonna let you up anyway. Long as you ain't about to fucking choke you out or do no dumb shit, man, you can go upstairs. I really don't give a shit. Because our dorm director didn't give a shit. He was barely there. He was always in and out. So, but college, man, oh man, I done did a lot of shit to go to jail off of. I done almost got kicked off out of school twice for some dumb shit. Having a party where they could hear us at the administration tower, which was across campus. Matter of fact, it was for my roommate's birthday. Um, had a girl to stay in our fucking dorm in my room for like a week when we first moved to campus. It was a lot, man. To having the damn one of the assistant dorm director walking in, asking can he get a beer out of the damn refrigerator, knowing we weren't supposed to have none of that bullshit. But we just knew every fucking body, and everything was was cool, man. Like the parties. Oh my goodness, AKAs. I actually, I actually, I stayed in the AKA's face in a sense, and a couple of Delta spaces too. So you know, and a Zeta, couple of Zetas. Yeah, it was just a lot of shit, man. To try and bite the fight, do some dumb shit. I think what really saved me for college is me working in the athletics department. That helped me out a whole lot because I wouldn't once school was over with or once classes was over with. Shit, I was in the athletics in the gym for the rest of the day doing work. So, but yeah, if y'all would have went to a 4 year college, yeah, y'all wouldn't be doing the shit that y'all are doing now. It would have been 10 times worse.
Yeah, no, you're probably
Respectfully.
right, man. You're probably right. Things would be a lot different right now.
Yeah. Pegasus, I thought I had a kid in college. Well, chick I used to talk to in high school, she moved back because I took off basically a year before I ended up going to the 4 year college, and she ended up going to another school, but she ended up transferring to the school I went to. Me and her started fooling with each other, and bro, I got a phone call one day. I was at a graduation, and her sister was like, "Oh, she's pregnant. Well, she just had the baby today." I'm like, "Oh shit." And she's saying it might be yours. So I had to drive like 2 hours back to Jackson. She didn't want to see me, but her mama encouraged her to let me in. Just some stupid shit I did on campus. Yeah, yeah. Missed class for to beat that ass. It's just like
I'll tell you this. I don't know about for Street because he went a couple years after us, but man, there was no good looking women, hardly. I mean, there was a couple, but for me and Pegasus, like, nah, there wasn't no good looking women, none.
Selection was small. It was small.
I mean, there was two, and I'm pretty sure Pegasus tagged both of them. You know, but
But
that's about it. That's about it.
oh
I mean,
man. School I went to had plenty of 'em. A lot.
Yeah, no. I think the probably the prettiest one was the girl at Dollar General, Pegasus.
yeah.
Yeah. I had her pulling her weave out. It wasn't even a 5 minute conversation.
Hey, she was melting mid conversation.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't lying. Pegasus was in the car. He seen it all. He seen it all go down. She was pulling that damn weave out, boy.
She got lost in the mines. She got lost in the mines, all star.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's
At least
it.
y'all have them. The best looking female in the school when I went was that teacher.
Well, at least you got one, and you
Yeah.
tagged it. At least you got one, and you tagged it.
Mm.
Now there was one that had big boobs, big butt, but she dressed like a dude.
That
You just
that's
look.
like that's like 90% of women today, though. I mean, really, you really look at it, like unless they go into a club, then they get all dolled up in the tight little skinny dresses that they try to pull down 15,000 times a night. But you see them any other time, like Walmart, going to the store. Man, they dress like Will. They in a hoodie and fucking sweatpants.
No, don't use me as a goddamn excuse, but you
Too
might be a
late.
little bit right. You might be right. Yeah,
You know?
that's fucked up.
My bad,
Yep.
Willie the dude. My bad.
Leggings and a hoodie. Well, Willie the dude, are you wearing leggings right now?
Hell no. I don't want no fucking leggings, no goddamn way. The
He
fuck?
had to think about it. He had to think about it for a minute. He said, leggings, hold on, what?
The fuck?
That's good. That's good.
Hell
So
no.
so I have one more question. That's it. If you could go back in time would you redo everything that you did to get you to this point today, or would you take a different path?
I'd probably take a different path. I'd probably do like some within engineering in a sense, or computer science, something else that'll cater to this part of what I'm doing now, at least. Because doing physical education, I just tried to do some shit just so I could get out, no problem. But they had you taking all type of fucking tests and all that old bullshit. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have did a different route in college, for as for as just my degree part, like or whatever. So,
Yeah.
mm.
What about you, Street?
As much as I love this job that we do now, and I do love it, I would probably take a different path. I'd probably go, honest to God, I'd probably go to vet school, become a vet.
They make a lot of money.
That they do.
Make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
What
His
about you,
hands too
Pickens?
big.
His hands too big.
I ain't never had
So
any
yeah,
other information before.
yeah, yes and no, man. I look at it both ways. I did if I did would have took a different path, this what I'm at now wouldn't exist. But would I have fully loved what I was going into? Because I love playing games, but actually design them, that's gonna be a whole different ballpark. So that's why I would have wanted to do. Jesus Christ, that's what I would have wanted to do. But um, at the same time, I don't want to change where I'm at now. I just want to continue to grow and make the best of the situation I'm in now. Because it's for me, it's a way better situation than most of the things around the state of Alabama.
I think for me, if I could go back to 2012, I don't think I would have ever. I wouldn't have ever went to college. And I'll give you guys a reason why. Because my background growing up was construction, electrical, plumbing, septic, field lines, like just building shit, right? And I'm not to pat myself on the good old back of mine. It feels like it's broke today. But I'm pretty good at building shit. I've built a lot of shit. And, I've got a creative mindset that I can do things that other people have never even thought about doing. And I feel like if I would have stayed the course with that, I'd probably be a lot more broke down in my 30s than what I am today. But I would be fully in business for myself, and I would be making a lot more money than what I make today because I would be working for myself, doing my own stuff. You know what I mean? But that, hindsight's always 2020. You know what I mean? Because you can always look backwards and go, man, I wish I would have did that. Man, I wish I would have did that. But that's just my prerogative. I mean, I got lucky, honestly, that they fucked up my transcripts, and I got $86,000 wiped away. And by that point, when it was wiped away, I was already in the job that I am today. So it didn't really matter if the degree wasn't worth shit. I'd already started to prove myself and the knowledge that I have in the field that we're in. But, I mean, just looking at what if is always the biggest question. I think I would have stayed the course and stayed in like construction or plumbing or something like that is what I think I would have did. Yeah. Yep. I mean, and that's the crazy thing is that school had an architect program, and there was a guy that I won't name his name. I still remember him to this day. So does Pegasus, but he landed when we got out of college in at the start of what 2014, January 2014.
Yeah.
He had already landed like $130,000 annual salary job fresh out of that school being an architect.
Dang.
In 2014. That's a lot of money in
Yeah,
2014.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Especially not having any experience, just having a degree, an associate's degree. Yeah. So,
Now, I can
but you
say
know,
I probably would have did the thinking about what you were saying, All Star. I probably would have did trade school because I think now that makes more sense to do trade school than to go to a 4 year college or something because
yeah. Well, it's half
um
the price,
yeah,
and you're guaranteed to start making what you should make coming out of the gate.
yeah. Because one of my professors said, "Hey, college is a freaking is a scam. You go for 4 years, basically, depending on the first 2 years, you're gonna take stuff that you took in high school, and then you don't fully get into your major until your third and fourth year. So he's like, if you come in doing going straight into your major, you'll be done in 2 years." He was like, they just use this as a way to get money or whatever. But I would have done if I could go back, I would have done trade school because that makes more sense to get you in, get you out. You got the knowledge for what you want to go into. They help you to get a job into what you coming out. Half of college don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like a 4 year college or some shit. They don't do that shit.
Yeah.
They can care less what the hell you got going on, unless you got like a good teacher or something and professor or something, and they know some people, and you did good enough to be like, hey, I can put stamp my name on yours or whatever when you go for this company, or I know somebody that works here. It ain't like that too tough nowadays. So trade is probably like the best way to go.
Let me ask you this, Willie. What
Hmm.
trade would you take up? I could personally see you being a welder.
I can do that. Or I wanted to paint cars. I wanted to see how that worked. And I could have did shit, cutting hair or something.
No, you should have got your vocals together and went a song. Okay, that's what you should have did. But
Yep. I agree with Pickens and
but yeah,
Willie to do. We
I can do that. I can do that like after. That'd be after hour type shit.
I
I
I think
guess.
I think you need to do it now. American Idol, Willie the Dude from What the Dudesay podcast is the guy, okay? He is the guy.
My voice is nothing like it used to be.
It
My
don't have
grandmother
to be.
had a my grandmother had a saying: if you play a lot all the time, God is gonna take your voice, and that what happened to me. I used to play all the time. I used to sing country and fucking western rap songs, country and western, or do some opera shit. Just basically what y'all hear me do now sometimes, just playing with songs. And it kind of, but I kind of see it coming back a little bit. So, I'm trying to gradually. We got to start back going to karaoke's when we
Hey,
when we kind of get together.
hey, Street, you still got those illegal M80s?
Mm. The safe answer is no.
So that means yes. So I'm gonna need you to send one of those to me so I can shove it up Willie the Dude's ass and light it, so his voice will get higher and he'll be all right.
Fucked up.
Willie, stop playing
I'm like,
around, man. You
no, I'm
got
being
a
dead
damn
serious. I
voice.
can't hold a note like I used to.
Look, man, you are right there in Nashville nearly. You got all the opportunity in the world, bro.
And you
All you
about
gotta
right.
do is go.
And you about right. But still,
It don't happen often, but yeah, I agree with you. I am about right.
did I just say you about right?
Yep.
Let me take that back. Uh, Let me take that back. Just never
Yep.
mind.
You know what? For the first time this episode, shut the fuck up with.
But I got to get confident again. I'm not confident in my music like I used to be. I
Hey,
guess
just
because I
talk.
had to use my voice a lot growing up. I
Just
was
talk
always in
to
programming.
just talk to our producer. Alex will hook you up.
We were supposed to do something a long time ago, but I bullshit. So Alex, like, I'm always here, and I'm
That's because
just,
Alex is always there. So you need to take Alex up on that opportunity.
you about
Get
right.
that shit together. Sign up for American Idol, and then go do it. What the
How
dudes
about
say,
how
go
about
push it.
y'all write me a song and I sing it? How about that?
You know what? I will write you a song. Alex has seen some of my songs. He likes them. I got you.
I don't
This is
trust
not
your
gonna work.
I don't trust your songs for damn sure. You gonna be talking about some sex parties and the night you had with that dude in Miami, and it would be all weird. I ain't got time for that.
Shut the fuck up, Will.
I really have to really look at your words, and take out some shit because I know it ain't gonna be right.
That's the whole purpose of proofreading. Whole
You
purpose.
right. You right.
Hey, so what's the if we could give our audience one solid piece of truth about college, what would it be?
All right, so listen, that was gonna go into my question. Basically, I was gonna ask, how would y'all give the viewers and listeners, your future kids, your future step kids, your current kids, what would you give them? Would you let them know to do trade school? Would you let them know to do 2 year? Would you let them do the 4 year? Or just take advice from you and continue living life? But for me, I would definitely say don't do 4 year unless you are fully devoted to what your craft is. If you have something that you know that you want to do, don't do 4 year unless you are fully devoted to that. I would definitely advise doing trade school as well, but you know, it all depends, man. Because just stay in school, stay educated all the way around somewhere, some way, somehow.
I think I'll piggyback off of that, and I've got a 4 month old, 5 month old now, and we got sent something in the mail about like setting up a 529 savings plan for them to go to college. And we're looking over the options, and like I definitely want my son to go and get some further education, but I want it to be whatever he wants it to be. Right? If he comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I want to be a firefighter," well, then we're going to put you in fire college. That's what we're going to do. You know what I mean? If he comes to me and says, "Dad, I want to be a mechanic," well, you're going to go to mechanic school.
I don't think
Or,
you got a choice for that.
if I'm lucky and he's super brilliant, which I hopefully he is, hopefully he takes after his mama and not me. Um, he'll come to us and go, "I want to be a doctor." All right, well, there you go. We're gonna make sure you get through it. But if he comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I'm a lot like you, and I fucking hate a classroom, so I just want to go get my certificates, and I want to go into building homes or being an electrician or some shit like that." I'm gonna forewarn him, hey, it's going to take a toll on your body. And by the time you put 15, 20 years in it, you're going to feel it. But if that's where your heart's at, that's where your heart's at.
Hmm.
I guess for our audience, I would say whatever you are passionate about is what you should pursue. But it's not what it always seems once you get in it. So you better make sure that you got a backup plan. You better have two things you're passionate about, because you might get halfway into the first thing and go, "You know what? I love the idea of it, but I don't want to do this shit the rest of my life."
Me with coaching. Mm,
So that's what I would say. That's my synopsis.
mm. I think I would say trade school, but if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you're gonna have to go to a 4-year college, basically, and do that and do it. But the message I would give, man, go in and do your shit and come out of there. Don't go in there playing around, because I've done the whole playing around situation or whatever, and for me, that was uh uh the first year was hell for me. And like I said, I had to go to summer school like 2 summers just to get back on track. But I would say go in. If you're going to go to trade, go to trade school. If you don't know what you want to do, just go to trade school. Find something that's gonna make you some damn money, because that's what the issue. That's the thing. The whole goal of making money. A kid that played for me, he went and got his HVAC license. He went to trade school and did HVAC. He making hella good money. Making more, way more than I am. Um, but just go through school. If you're gonna go to a 4-year college, go get what you got to get from it and keep on moving. If you want to go to trade school, go to trade school. Just once you get out of high school, know what you're trying to do. If it's something you feel passionate about that you want to go do it, go do it. But a lot of kids nowadays, it's different than when we was growing up. Like, a lot of these kids don't know uh, they ass from a hole in the ground about what they really want to do. Because I feel like the education system is failing a whole lot of them, to be honest.
Well,
Especially like where we come from.
that starts back in high school, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That ain't even a college problem. The high
Them
schools
coming
ain't
up.
teaching them shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going through the school system is terrible. Like they don't know what they want to do. And then I feel like the middle school, high school curriculum for kids ain't worth a damn. I saw when I was working at Jackson State, one of the kids was from, I want to say he's from somewhere overseas. I think he's from Australia. We couldn't fucking read his transcript, right? And so we had to call to read it or whatever. And they don't take no type of test, like no type of test to see where they are or none of that shit. Kid from Africa, smart as a whip, was like, we don't take all these tests. They give us a book. Is everything that y'all learn within 12 years or whatever, up to 12th grade, we already have all of that. But over here, it's just like, why are they taking a lot of this shit and they ain't gonna be able to know a lot of this shit when they get into the real world? Teach them
Yeah.
something to get them in the real world or whatever. Because, no shit. The ACT, half that shit, well, majority of that shit that was on that test, I took that drunk. Hell, I didn't know not a motherfucking thing. And then I got a 21 on the damn ACT and was like, it's getting me into college, so I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the rest of that shit. I ain't taking it no more. I took it one time and that was it. And the school paid for it. So I was like, yeah, I'm good with that. 21 get me in. All right, we good with that. I'm
Yeah.
gone. So
What do you think,
basically,
Street?
I mean, it's just pretty much piggybacking off of all of y'all. Just try to figure out what you want to do as soon as possible while you're in high school. That way you can strive to achieve that goal. If you want to be a welder and go to trade school, if you want to do auto body, go to trade school. If you want to be involved in electronics, go to 2 year school. If you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, go to 4 year, 8 year, whatever. But the biggest thing is trying to figure out what you want to do as soon as possible while you're in high school, so you know what you need to drive yourself towards, so you can better yourself for a better college experience. And while you're in college, focus on college. Don't focus on females, don't focus on dudes, whatever you're into. Strive to make the best decisions possible so you can graduate valedictorian and get any job you want.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I guess the other thing, and this kind of goes back to what Willie to Do was saying, is don't leave it up to your teachers in high school or a guidance counselor or something like that, or a tutor to tell you what you need to know, right? Like, you need to talk to some cats that are living the real life, having to pay bills and figuring life out because they didn't have somebody to help them.
Mhm.
Like, you need to talk to those people and figure out what you need to know at 15 and 14 at that age to be able to better circumstance yourself when you're in your 30s. Because, like Willie the Dude said, there's a lot of shit that I didn't learn until after we graduated college about the real world and about real life. A ton. There's a lot. Like, there ain't no like adult preparation class in high school as there should be. You know what I mean? Or even in college. They don't teach you how to get a mortgage or
Balance
how
the
to
checkbook.
yeah, exactly. They don't teach you none of that shit. Like, that's the shit that you're gonna have to learn on your own. And I know that sometimes you can't gain knowledge if you don't know the right question to ask, but that's what we're telling you today is to go find somebody that's had to live 20 years in this world figuring out adult shit, because a 4 year, 8 year, 10 year college, when you come out of it, you're still going to be as dumb as what that book that you read is. It ain't going to teach you shit about real life.
At all.
So get out there and get studying, because real life is the hardest damn degree that you'll ever try to obtain.
Mhm.
So don't know if this will ever get to our educational system, but when you look back at like exit exams and stuff like that we took in high school, there should be a cheat sheet for college. Not even really a cheat sheet. Don't look at it that way. If let's say your child want to be like you and they want to follow in your footsteps, you already done made your masters. You basically, if your child want to be like you, you train your child and everything that you know, and they should be able to take a test off of their knowledge of what you have done and get them placed in a position to where they can finish beforehand, or get to
Yep.
know what they don't know, because don't get me wrong, things change as life progresses, but we
Mhm.
have a track record of that. We know like what's different. We know what's not different. So there should be a situation to where college should not be subject to you to start from the beginning if you have somebody already teaching you as you grow up, because that's what shows that college is a scam on that back end.
Yep.
Because
Mhm.
everybody got if you go to college, it is what it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's definitely something that I wish would definitely get implemented inside the college environment.
Yeah,
Do
the
anybody have any closing remarks?
colleges should give credit for real life experience.
Mhm. But if you saying like if kid wanna go into their parents like in their career field, right? That's what you're saying. So if
Just
they
just
trying to look at
overall,
it,
like
a lot of people don't know what the fuck they doing until they get in their career field. To be
that.
honest,
So listen. So
don't
there
mind.
are people who like maybe you don't want to go into what your parent did, but
Mm,
they are teaching you mechanical stuff. You learn how to work on a car.
mm,
That might not be something you want to do, but they can give you that extra edge that if you want to go ahead and get through that, so you can get that diploma or whatever you need, so you can show proof, because you have to show proof to get like a better job and representation. You should be able to do that and show your knowledge, so you can get buffed up instead of starting from the beginning.
stop when you yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mm,
I agree. I agree 100%, man. There should be some real life practication credits for colleges or community colleges, university. If if you grew up and your dad was a doctor, right, and he's spending every evening with you talking about the anatomy of the body and the surgeries that he's done and stuff like that. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you know how to cut a knife. You don't know how to slice nobody open. But when it comes to terminology and the basic principles of how I need to remove this bullet that's close to an artery, right?
Go to
Like the
school for
kid's
that.
been listening to it.
All star, go to school for that. Go to school for that.
Hey, I don't know how to
That's
remove a bullet next to an artery, but I damn sure can shoot one right close to it. So
yeah. Dog, take your ass
But
to school. If you got to take some shit out of me, I want your ass to go to school. Nope.
we'll just let Street take it out. He's going back to vet school.
That's for a damn cat or a dog. I'm neither.
Hey, sometimes shit just gotta work in a pinch, dog.
The way his mind going, he be going sometimes. I wouldn't even let him hand me a sheet of paper or check my damn blood pressure. See what I'm saying?
where the fuck did you pull those from? Your sock? What the fuck?
It was on top of my computer.
Hey, that's that electronic engineering degree. He's always got some Playcos in his pocket, man.
Hell yeah.
But I
But
can say definitely the route that I took in college led me to where I am, and I'm satisfied at where I'm at. Well, I'm not satisfied, but I want to grow a little bit more at where I am or
Yeah,
whatever. The 4 year college got me ready for life, to be honest, because those some of my brokest days. I ain't gonna lie to you. I started
yeah.
working, started getting money, but my money was getting shelled out like quick, doing a lot of shit. I was the Henny man back then.
The Henny man.
Yeah, I was the Henny man back then. I always had a bottle of Hennessy with me. Um, my 21st birthday was wild. I don't know what the fuck happened. I know I went to the club. I know I got pushed down by the security guard getting checked, kind of like pushed me over. I got up. I was like, "This some bullshit." And he said, "Take your ass home before I take your ass to jail." Right. And so I ended up going into the other line, and I saw some people, and I blanked out. And when I woke up the next morning, I had my book bag on my back with the clothes I had on, trying to get into the club. Still drunk as hell, and I had to go to the financial aid office that morning. And that was I had people there laughing, just being myself, but just laughing and shit, not knowing my one of my partners put some damn shaving cream in the back of my fucking head or whatever. And I noticed probably like a couple weeks afterwards that there was some shaving cream on my book bag, like on the little handle on my book bag. Who the fuck this shit come? And they showed me the video. They played like loud ass music, put the speaker to my ear. I was dead to the world. I was dead to the world. 21st birthday, man. I'll never forget. Sophomore in college. Whew,
Say
just
Willie was the Henny man back when he was 21, but he's the he man now.
The Henny man.
that was a good one,
scared
Josh.
to ask.
That was a good one.
I'm scared to ask what that is.
You
Can you give
should
me a
be.
look? Huh?
You should be terrified.
Explain to me what that is. Like, don't leave me in the dark. Come on.
You
Explain
know
to
all
me.
the rumors about Michael Jackson?
No.
Oh my God. This is stuff for another episode. We ain't
Uh-uh.
doing it tonight.
No, come on. Tell me, you calling me the hee man. What the fuck is the hee man?
I'll tell you later, he man.
I'm ready to get off this shit. Y'all ready to wrap this up? Because I want to know what the fuck a hee man is.
Please, let's wrap this up. Let's call it a day.
All right. Well, thanks, viewers, subscribers, listeners. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Follow us on everywhere possible. This is What the Dudes Say, College Edition. See you guys.
Peace.
What the dude say?